To hear that Ruto boastfully came out, opened his mouth to say that he had invited the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, into this situation. And Macron had promised that he is going to intervene. Is what is giving me headache right now. And that's why I'm saying I don't want to know again who is the cause of this problem. Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for always returning. Trust your day went well and you are retiring fine. I just want to talk about something that one of you brought to my notice just now. And I say it's good that we talk about it because of what is happening right now in the Congo. Of course, there was something some clips, some information I brought last night. I don't know if most of you saw that. So today, I just want us to, have a heart-to-heart about this whole issue of this conflict between brothers. Okay, when I say brothers, I mean the Rwanda government and the Congolese government. What is really going on between these two neighbors, these two brothers, okay? Now, the issue of the Congo and that's the conflict between the Congolese government and the Rwanda government is something that, of course, you're aware is not a recent issue. It's something that have been lingering for some years now. And a lot of people had lost their lives, Your Majesties. The innocent men, women, and children who do not even know how this war started have lost their life. Whenever I talk about the Congo, I become emotional. And that's why I see most of the times we just have to talk about it, right? We can't just be avoiding it all the time. The Congolese people have suffered. Now, when you look into history, you understand better what I'm saying, what they went through in the hand of the Belgian government. And to know that up until this time, they are still not free. It is no fault of theirs that they have the resources they have in their midst. They didn't choose to be where they are. It's no fault of theirs, okay? And at this point, we are not playing a blaming game here. Whether it is the Rwanda government that is the cause of the problem, or it is the Congolese government that is the cause of the problem, at this point, we need to settle whatever it is that is going on between the Congolese government and the Rwanda government. Like, this has to stop. We need to raise our voice, one heart, one mind, one voice, to say enough to this government. It is time to settle, like enough blood has been spilled already. Can't we see that the enemy is taking advantage of this situation? They have been taking advantage and they'll keep taking advantage. Mind you, they have been kicked out of the Sahel. The collective West have been kicked out of the Sahel. And they are targeting a vulnerable environment right now that they can get hold of. And it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate that we have this situation and they will take advantage of it. Why? Because we are all seated down, not doing anything, not saying anything, and this fight keep escalating. A brother will say, you are the cause. The other brother will say, no, I'm not the one, you are the cause. A lot of blame here and there. Oh, Kagame had worked with the West, okay, to destabilize Congo, to steal Congo mineral, to develop his own country. And now the collective West have thrown him away. They have, they've forsaken him. They are now throwing the whole blame on him. Oh no, it is Tshisekedi. He's not a true president. He don't know what he wants. He's a confused man. Enough of this. We don't want to know anymore who is the cause of it. What we want to know or what we want to hear is the solution to this problem that is going on. And the shocker for me, Your Majesty, I know I'm talking too much, but I have to talk too much. If you feel you cannot listen, please just quietly go away. Okay? I'm sorry, Your Majesties, but I'm just sorry. Okay? Now, to hear that Ruto boastfully came out, opened his mouth to say that he had invited the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, into this situation, and Macron had promised that he is going to intervene. Is what is giving me headache right now, and that's why I'm saying I don't want to know again who is the cause of this problem. What I want to know is the solution, because the moment these people get involved again, it's a problem. Are we not seeing that they are going to take advantage? The same Macron that was kicked out, that was pursued, he ran with his leg, the leg was touching his head from Sahel, is the same Macron that Ruto carry himself in thanksgiving, carry his whole region in thanksgiving to go and give. And this is exactly the situation they are looking for. A situation where they will rub it on our face that we can never live without them. This is the situation we are creating. Hashtag we say no to whatever is happening in Congo right now between the Congolese and the Rwandese government. However you want to look at it, I'm saying that we all should open our mouths. Hashtag end the war in Congo. Hashtag let peace reign, Your Majesties. This is what should be coming out of our mouth. It is high time that we know our enemies as the African people and know that we as brothers and sisters have to watch each other's back. Your Majesties.
The conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo has taken a devastating turn, raising international concern. M23 rebels have intensified their offensive in North Kivu, with reports that the rebels have entered the regional capital, Goma. There is now a desperate search for a solution. The United Nations Security Council convened an emergency meeting on Sunday, urging dialogue and demanding the withdrawal of the M23 rebels from eastern DRC. The regional bloc, East African Community, EAC, announced late on Sunday that it will convene an extraordinary summit within 48 hours. Chairperson of the EAC, Kenyan President William Ruto, said he has held discussions with DRC's President Felix Tshisekedi and his Rwandan counterpart Paul Kagame. Ruto said both presidents have agreed to attend the summit. Ruto said the meeting is aimed at achieving a sustainable solution. The United Nations and DRC have accused Rwanda of backing the M23 rebels. Rwanda has repeatedly denied the claims. Congo severed diplomatic ties with Rwanda on Sunday amid the escalation. Turkey has recently offered to mediate to resolve the dispute between Rwanda and DRC, following its successful mediation between Ethiopia and Somalia. In the past week, at least 13 peacekeepers died in the conflict, 9 of them from South Africa, 3 from Malawi, and 1 from Uruguay. Many civilians died, and the governor of North Kivu province, Major General Peter Chirimwami, also lost his life in the fighting. The DRC army and UN peacekeepers have been trying to tackle the rebels. The conflict in the mineral-rich country started in the 1990s with various armed groups fighting for control, but M23 is now the major rebel group. Who are M23? Also known as the March 23 movement, the M23 are an armed group operating in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. They formed in 2012 mainly from former soldiers who accused the government of breaking a 2009 peace deal. The group claims to fight for the rights of ethnic Tutsis in the region, but their actions have caused widespread violence and displacement. Although they were defeated in 2013, they've recently made a comeback, reigniting tensions and drawing global attention to the region's instability. This month alone, more than 400,000 people have been displaced, and that's according to the United Nations. Analysts say foreign economic interests are also driving the conflict. DRC is rich in gold, lithium, and cobalt, among other mineral resources. However, as the blame game continues, the innocent, including women and children, are paying the highest price.
Goma, the largest city in eastern DRC, the humanitarian, cultural, and economic hub of North Kivu province, is now in the control of M23 militia backed by Rwanda and its Western allies. This current state of events is going to expose millions of people to even worse humanitarian rights abuses. This is a call to action for us, all of us across the globe, to stand with Congo at this time. If you believe in human rights, if you believe in children's rights, women's rights, environmental justice, social justice, racial justice, now is your time to shine a light on what's happening in Congo. One more thing I'd like to say is that in the coming days, you will see videos coming out of GOMA of this population seemingly celebrating the presence of these troops on their land. Before you judge from the comfort of your living room, I would urge you to think about exactly what this population has been through. These people have been running from this violence for the past 30 years. They know what this occupation means for them. They understand. We, the outside world, are not in any moral position to judge them. Consider the fact that they are an unarmed population facing a military presence that is being backed by the entire Western hegemony. So before you judge, use some sensitivity, and let's be very mindful about how we engage with these videos that we will be seeing coming out of GOMA. This beautiful gown, this beautiful dress I'm wearing right now, I bought in a market in Goma just 2 weeks ago. Goma as a city is the very definition of resilience. It is a bustling, thriving economic hub. It is home to so many internally displaced people from all across Eastern DRC. And Goma right now needs us as a global community to stand with it.
For our soldiers from DRC, not because we don't want to support DRC. What M23 did to us is actually a declaration of war against South Africa. You cannot be killed like that and you don't respond. That is an act of cowardice. Because M23 should know that South Africa is not a place to play. The point I made on the withdrawal of soldiers was that we did not deploy soldiers who are well-trained to go and fight the sophisticated soldiers of M23. We just deployed people and we call them soldiers, but they don't have bullets. The reason why our 9 soldiers were killed now is because the person who was appointed, a tender that was appointed to supply ammunition, did not supply ammunition, and our people got killed. The first time they got killed in ambush in their own base. If you had shot 9 American soldiers with that madness which is in the presidents of America now, they would have flattened you the following day. No one would have played jokes. People are playing jokes with the lives of our brothers, and we must not allow that. If they can't give them equipment, let them come back. They were, the death before this one, the soldiers were telling me that there were actually 2 military helicopters in their base, but there is no pilot to fly those helicopters. The first and the last time they flew there, that's when they were taking them there. You've got some bit of air power, but you don't use it because there is just no capacity. So someone is sleeping, and what makes matters worse, they take Mam Angie to become a minister of defense after being a minister of sinkholes. I mean, this sinkhole started during her time. Now she's sinking the army now, after sinking Releborin.
African standby force.
There's a rejection of African standby force by the imperialist forces in the West because they benefit out of the instability of DRC and Africa in particular. If there is any country that was messed up right from the beginning, was DRC. They have been destabilizing that country for many years because they want those minerals in the DRC. They even created illegal landing strips to land in DRC, to steal directly from DRC and leave. There's nothing revolutionary about M23. Yes, we understand the dynamics of those who are found in that region and the leadership of DRC ill-treating them. But what is important is we cannot allow black-on-black violence. In whose interest is that? Why do you take up arms to kill other fellow Africans? So we should first stabilize DRC and support the SADC initiatives and support the UN intervention, because the stability of DRC means the stability of SADC, and the stability of SADC means the stability of our continent. So we should be concerned that there are problems in the DRC, and before they come to us, they have to be stopped in DRC. You don't wait for them to come to you for you to realize we have a problem. If they can do it in DRC, that will become a practice. And the African agenda is such that we have to go and help the people of DRC. But we must not do that to our own detriment. We have to deploy the best capacity we have. And if we don't have, let's confess we don't have it and withdraw. We may have the interest to defend, but we may not have the capacity. But children are going to die. Somebody's children are going to die, not only these ones.